Hey everybody, I'm here to do a video talking about some of the remakes that I thought were horrible. So I got a list of five. So five of my, in my own opinion, worst remakes. Um, number five, I'm going to start off with Nightmare on Elm Street. Um, I think it could have been a lot better than what it was. The whole thing with me is Nightmare on Elm Street. Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger to me. You know, no one can do what Robert Englund did as Freddy. I mean, and and in the remake they try to make it more of a serious, dark film. But I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street was, but it also still had that comedy to it. And in the remake, they didn't do that. So, I don't know. It just, it just was not Nightmare on Elm Street to me. So I'm gonna have to put that at my number five. Number four, I'm gonna have to go with Prom Night. Prom Night was a joke as a remake. It really was. I think the writers and directors and the producers and stuff of that film literally got together and said, we're gonna remake this movie, but we don't care how it turns out because we know it's gonna make some money. So do what you want to do. It was fucking ridiculous how bad that movie was. I wanted to turn it off, but I was already 45 minutes into the film. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just finish it. Horrible, horrible movie. And besides, no one can, Jamie Lee Curtis, anything with Jamie Lee Curtis, especially back in her younger days, is going to be the shit. Prom Night, psh, stupid. Number three, I'm going to have to go with The Fog. The dude from Smallsville, really? The Fog is actually one of my, the original Fog is actually one of my favorite horror films. I thought that movie was great. And yet again, another Jamie Lee Curtis movie. You can't go wrong. She screamed queen. That's what she's noticed as. Halloween set her up big time. But it's got the remake of The Fog's got the dude from Smallsville. I think his name is Tom Welling. I think that's his name. Yeah. But it's just a horrible, horrible movie. The Fog classic was rated R. The Fog remake was rated PG-13. How are you going to make a remake of a film that is originally rated R and downgrade it to a PG-13 movie? Stupid. I don't even want to go on about it. Number two, I'm going to have to go with April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day is April Fool's Day. It's April Fool's Day. But, I think, and with the remake being a straight to DVD release, and it not having, any big known actors and stuff, I think that kind of killed it. But, still, if you're going to remake a film, you have to remake it. You have to make it better. Which, it's hard to do because, you can't fuck with the classics. Everybody knows that. It's the number one rule in horror. But they continue to do it, and they continue to fuck it up. So that's on them. But April Fool's Day was a pretty bad movie. And number one, I'm gonna have to go with Day of the Dead. My words cannot even describe how much I hate that movie. And what really, really knocked it off for me was Nick Cannon. I don't think Nick Cannon can act worth a shit. Worth a shit. I think now the only reason he's somewhat even noticed is because he married that singer chick. I can't even think of her name. I'm not even going to try to think of her name. But it was a horrible, horrible movie. And yet again, another remake straight to DVD. So, not a lot of people, really know about it. And the ones that do know something about it probably feels the same way I do. Because, Day of the Dead's a classic. Classic zombie movie. I love the original Day of the Dead. But the remake of Day of the Dead compared nothing to it. Nothing. It was ridiculously stupid. All of them were. It makes me mad. Like, if you're going to remake a movie, remake it and do it good. Like the classic was. Most of us are going to like the classic better because obviously that's the movie that we fell in love with. That's the movie that we know. But who's to say we can't enjoy the remake? Yeah, remakes can be good, but only if you do it right. And if you fuck it up, it's just going to be a complete and total mess. It's going to be cat shit, you know? That's how I feel about it. But those are, that's my list of what I think are some of the worst horror remakes. Always write, comment below. Let me hear what you guys, let me read what you guys think some of the worst remakes are. But that's my number 5. And thanks for watching, guys.